Welcome to Big Blend Radio with travel writer Linda Kassam, the food, wine, and shopping diva. Welcome, everyone. So excited. You know, January was the month of hot tea, and we think hot tea is good any time of year, anywhere around the world. And that's what we're going to be doing today on Big Blend Radio's Food, Wine, and Travel Show with Linda Kassam, the food, wine, and shopping diva. We're going to talk about the world of wellness through a tea tasting journey with Amu Nutrition. And we have the founder of Amu Nutrition joining us. I encourage you to go to their website, amu-nutrition.com, to learn more about their teas. And also, we're excited. Kulan and Tyvon is here. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Kulan, welcome.
Thank you so much having me at Big Blend Radio Show. And
it's good to have you here. Thank you. And Diva Linda, I know you found these teas, and with this being wellness tea, what you surprised me with, and I love the teas because, and I want to get into how these are formulated and everything. But Linda, you paired wellness teas with food, which a lot of times people think of wellness teas without food. So that was interesting to me. So tell me about that part for you.
Well, any liquid beverage, any liquid beverage tastes better, I think, or has a different experience with a food pairing. So when I tasted these teas are smooth, elegant, and quiet. They do not jump at you. They do not shout at you. They're just lovely teas. And I thought to myself, I think we should do some pairings here so that we get the full effect of what these teas have to offer. And these pairings, if you will go through them and try one or two, you'll see just how much more exciting I think the experience is with a food pairing. Teas by themselves are wonderful, but I think if you do a food pairing with them, and I'm not talking about beef stew or something. These are little tiny munchies that you do with them. And of course, my favorite part is one of them has chocolate.
Wow.
Well, yes. Well, this is so important because it makes it an experience. And a lot of times where I was going with this point was wellness gets put to the side of like boring, a chore, something negative, when your body actually can enjoy taste. You can enjoy a wellness journey, right? So, Kulan, tell us about that because you are a nutritionist. You also work in the world of Ayurveda, which I love. And your background is from Mongolia. So, a lot of times we're used to teas from Nepal, China, but Mongolia, like, I want to listen. I'm all into Mongolia and throat singing, so I want to do that.
Wow.
But I didn't. You need the tea for the throat singing, right?
Yeah. So my name is Kulan. Amova Nutrition is a wellness business I started with my childhood friend Daria in Mongolia 11 years ago, and it began because I healed my daughter's asthma using this concept of food as medicine and reintroduced this idea to Mongolian community. So Amu is in Mongolian language for grain, an edible dry seed that when planted and grows and provides the essential vitamins and nutrients for life. So it's planting seeds of wellness so all we can thrive. So usually people don't familiar with Mongolia so much, and people know about the tea culture with the China or Japan and other countries, but Mongolian tea culture is a little bit different. We usually drink tea as a more medicinal purpose, and we drinking an herbal tea with pair with milk and also salt. And a lot of other cultures, they drinking a little bit sweet type of tea. And in Mongolian culture, we drink salty, and also we use grains as a tea. So in our Amu Nutrition tea, we have Himalayan Tartary buckwheat tea, and those teas are very nutty, earthy, and it's usually paired with the milk in our culture, but we don't recommend this in Western culture because usually the milk in America is sometimes people cannot digest well. And
Yes.
yeah, and the other part of our Mongolian tea culture is we hosting in hosting culture we offering tea for every guest, and we giving tea for every guest, and while they are drinking tea, then start talking with the greeting, and also after that, and we offering food. So the tea is just calming down our digestive system, and also it's kind of calming our mind and body.
It's telling us, okay, time to slow down, relax, have some fun with friends, family,
Yeah,
right? You talk about it being a grain in Mongolia, right? So that's a little different. So we can make tea from so many things, flowers,
yeah,
herbs,
yeah,
actual tea leaves themselves, like in Kenya and in Africa, India. So a lot of us are used to the black teas, really that, the breakfast tea,
yeah,
and then herbal tea, green tea, white tea. So this is very different, and the subtleties that Linda was talking about, I find that this is very balanced. The
yeah,
and the What I wanted to ask is how you came up with the actual tea themselves, because with Ayurveda, I know Ayurveda works with, it's one of the most ancient forms of medicine we have in the world. The Vedic, healing, a lot of times, well, majority Ayurveda works with nature
yeah,
and what is going on with the body and its individual healing, right?
yeah,
So when you were coming up with each of these teas, that Linda really documented it so well. I'm like, I got nothing to say. She wrote it. She got it. She knows. Well, she's a diva of taste. Let's put it that. All in goodtaste.info, by the way, everyone. But um, there's a balance to it. And I wonder, is it from you tasting, or when you're putting this together, are you looking from the Ayurvedic aspect of working with nature and how nature would want that to taste and be for the body? Like you're looking at nature and the body, right? When you
yeah.
put this together.
Yeah, usually in Ayurveda and traditional Mongolian medicine, we talk about we living in harmony. So usually when we eating food and we nurturing, and also the other way is we drinking tea or liquids, we are nurturing. And drinking tea, we eating food like every day 3 times, and but we drinking more than 3 times, but maybe 5 or 6 times. And the other thing is we are thinking more than 1,000 thoughts a day. We are also consuming this thought.
Mm-hmm.
So in Ayurveda and in Mongolian medicine, we all talk about the digestion is very important. And so digestion actually starts with thought, and also what we are eating, what we are drinking, all it's a digestible. And so about the tea, when I came to the United States 9 years ago, and at the beginning, I thought the Americans are, because of the scientific and everything is very advanced than developing country like Mongolia. So people are healthier than us. I just imagined that, and came to US, it's different story. So I saw here we need more balancing, and we need more health, wellness, and also self-care. And I started 4 years ago for my Mongolian community and working with my American Mongolian community. Then my clients actually get really good result after drinking tea, Then
Mm.
after they got really good result, the calming and their digestion is being better, and then I encourage them to changing their diet or more focus on what they're eating. And so that's why I'm so inspired to launching these CPG tea brands, because it's actually help us to transform our health, because so little things helps us to being healthy and inspiring us. And also it helps us to aware about what our body and mind and soul, they are talking and aligned with us.
Mm. Diva Linda, I know that with tea for you is like a ritual, right? So it's kind of part of, we have wine or whatever. Well, we know we love our wine too. Sorry. Shh. Cool. Don't tell anyone. But we do. But it is about slowing down, right? Is that
Yeah.
part of it for you, Diva Linda? And did these teas connect with you that way? It did for me.
I have to laugh because it is very true that we need to get more liquid in us each day than we would just probably do normally. My doctor told me you've got to hydrate more, hydrate more, hydrate. And so these teas are good for not only that, because they don't smash your palate. So like some of my teas are so energetic in their taste palette at a couple stir, 4 ounces, and I'm good to go. This tea is so well balanced and elegant, and it doesn't shout at you, like I said before, that I think it encourages you to slow down. You can drink a lot of it, get hydrated, have
Oh,
yourself a little ceremony. My little ceremony is in the making of it. Try to block out everything else that has been going on in my day. The making of it, the serving in a special container. Today I have this one. You can see that.
oh, pretty. Very pretty.
So, and I wanted to say that
Oh,
these tea bags that come are generous. You can do a big cup of tea, not a
mhm.
half a cup of tea, and it's nice and flavorful. And so, yeah, so I like the idea of sitting down, having a cracker or a rice cracker, or some of these are very agreeable to chocolate. Who knew? I mean, that's just wonderful. Some of you are really good chocolate, and other things. You can read the article and see some fruits and so forth. And it's just a good way to either wind up for your day, thinking about what your day could be, or wind down from your day and say, well, these are the good things, these are the things that I need to work on, etc. So yeah, I like the whole tradition of tea and what you should do with it, and not to say that I don't gulp my tea sometimes. Sometimes I'm in the car and I'm just drinking it or whatever. I have several wellness teas. This one is the most interesting to me because it doesn't shout at you. It just gives you an opportunity to relax and feel the benefits. I think if you drink enough of this, you really will feel benefits. And each tea tells you what the benefit is. I'm doing the balanced digestion tea right at the moment, and very kind of spicy, but doesn't shout at you. Has fennel in it, I think, and mint. I think I have some mint in here, and I'm pairing it this morning with just a little Japanese jelly thing, which is not too much sugar, but they have little jellies in them. They're sort of hard to find, but they're great. So yes, thank you for asking that. And I do think it's a wind up, wind down sort of thing. And put your feet up and think about things that make you happy.
I like this too that you brought up hydrating, because a lot of us will drink coffee and then black tea, like our breakfast tea, because of the caffeine, is not hydrating for our bodies. In fact, if you just like wine is not hydrating. So if you drink wine, coffee, or black tea, you better have a glass of water to make up for those other drinks, right? Kalan, can you tell us about that, about this hydration part? Because it's grain, it's herbs, it's berries, it's the combinations in these teas lend itself, and you do have some black tea in there, right? In some of them. But they lend itself to, you can drink them and feel like you're nourishing and hydrating at the same time.
Sure. And usually the hydration is from the nutrition standpoint, it's if you want a really cell level to hydration, our cell have this layer, and this magnesium, potassium, also sodium, these three ingredients help us to electrolyze, especially in cell level, cellular level. And so we having sodium, enough sodium from food because of salt, but we don't have enough magnesium and potassium from our food, especially the American food. So especially our tea, we added some Asian date called jujube. And this jujube is one type of the high magnesium and potassium ingredients, especially the potassium ingredients, which helps us to a cellular level to hydration. And the hydration is because I'm not too into the coffee person, because coffee is a little bit acidic. And based on Ayurveda, especially people who are Pitta and Vata people, Pitta is the little bit hot type of the body type. Vata is a little bit air type of the people. And these two people, coffee is not fit them, because coffee is the first one is acidic. It's increasing acid in digestive system, because the Pitta is fire. If you add acid into the fire, it will be flame. And the other one is the Vata, the green bean. Actually, it's one type of the herbs to stimulate heart. And so the stimulating heart, these days we are thinking too much. Our heart is too busy and our brain is too busy. So if you want to calm down a little bit, reduce the caffeine, and then drinking non-caffeine tea is encouraged. And so that if you really want to hydrate your body cellular level, have to have some magnesium, potassium rich type of the herbs. And so herbs are really great gift from nature, because it's get the sun energy and moon energy and star energy, the ether energy, all energy inside themselves, especially wild type of the wild foraged herbs. So having these herbs is the nature giving us this gift, and let us to use and heal ourselves.
We talk about the ingredients. These are sourced for your teas from Mongolia and in the US, right? Are they all organic, some organic? Tell us a little bit about how you source for quality.
Yeah.
Because it sure tastes like quality.
Yeah.
It tastes like quality.
And our ingredients, especially we are wild harvesting, and Himalayan Tartary buckwheat is we organically grown in Mongolia. It's without chemicals, and especially Mongolian extreme temperature differences makes these plants are potent. And like nettle leaf, we wild foraged from Mongolia, and Mongolian black goji berry is very special type of the herb, and it's very nice blue and purple colored. And this small berry we foraged from Mongolian desert, and it's usually grow in the under the earth. There is a rare element. This small berries are growing, so it's a very special type of the berries, high anthocyanin and antioxidant. And so the other ingredients like we have chrysanthemum and jujube, all these are in classical Asian recipes calming. And we know the chamomile and chrysanthemum is one type of the Asian chamomile. Yeah.
Mm. It's interesting because you talk about like Mongolia and the deserts, because Mongolia, you've got, the Himalayan mountains, you've got extreme temperatures.
Yeah.
And I know that even in a Joshua Tree area, up in the high desert of the Mojave Desert, people are growing jujubes there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, wow, what's happening there? And who knew that you could grow jujubes in the high desert? But we're seeing that even America is starting to like grow up on this. Like, wait, we've got some extreme places. We can grow things that we didn't think. We
Yeah.
tend to think deserts have no, agriculture, which is really not true. So it's
Yeah.
interesting about, and so being extreme, the plant works so much harder to create
Yeah.
those vitamins for us, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. The natural resiliency creates the vitamin supplements because it's the moon energy and sun energy. The sun is representing yang energy, and moon is representing yin energy. And
Mm.
desert herbs like black goji berry, it's getting more sun energy because of the sufficient sun. And so it's becoming a little bit darker color. And
Mm.
the darker color is more anthocyanin and antioxidant. So like blackberry, also dark color. It's really good based on Oriental medicine. It's good for kidney because of this black color. And black
Mm.
beans it's good for kidney as well because it's restoring yang energy from the sun.
Wow. This is interesting. You talk about the moon energy. The only time I've really heard about the moon energy is in biodynamic winemaking. Linda, wouldn't you say? Like,
Hey, I haven't heard about that,
yeah,
but it's really interesting.
we have moon gardens for, pollinators like moths, and where Linda is in Arizona in the desert, datura grows and certain cactus bloom at night, and it's for bats and for things like hummingbird moths to go in there, and pollinate.
Wow.
So I
I
didn't
Wow.
think
think it's,
about what that
yeah,
does for
it's
us.
just, I think it's just really amazing if you have an opportunity to visit anything that is in agriculture that is biodynamic, that is ruled by, grown by, guided by biodynamics. It's just something totally different than what you might see in other sorts of agriculture. And it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And depends a lot on the moon and what the moon's doing and all sorts of things. It's look it up. We should have we should have some sort of something on biodynamics because it is
Okay.
wonderful. It is a wonderful way to guide you in agriculture. Just I'm glad you brought that up. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's an ancient way of farming. I mean, even,
It is.
Benjamin Franklin and the Farmer's Almanac,
Wow.
the farmers always looked at what was going on with the moon, the sun, the seasons. And I think today we forget that the moon plays a role in agriculture. So, Kulan, thank you for reminding us about this other source we have. I mean, right now as we record, we have the big, beautiful wolf moon. So it's not, we are recording this in hot tea
Yeah.
month, y'all. See, we are actually on time. But, there's this huge moon. And when the moon comes out, you can feel an energy from a full moon. That's, we all talk about, that energy of a full moon. So why wouldn't it affect a plant? Of course it
Yes,
is.
absolutely.
It's a light source and it's energy, So I love this that you're using that in your nutrition. One of the teas I was really interested in is the sugar one, the sugar balance,
Yeah.
because like my mom Nancy is low sugar, believe it or not.
Mhm.
Maybe it's I don't know, but I keep giving her wine and there's sugar in it. And then there's people with so much sugar. So there's diabetes in this country, which is rampant. Sugar is like a big deal, and people doing no sugar diets, but we need some of the natural sugars. And so sugar levels, this is an important health thing for us.
Yeah. So we have in Amu, we have sugar balanced tea, and main ingredients are Himalayan tartary buckwheat and cassia seed, jujube, dried apple. And this tea is little bit nutty and a little bit earthy type of the taste. And these days, people are having a lot of this pre-diabetic condition because of the insulin resistance. See? And so the insulin resistance is the cell level. The insulin, they not absorbing insulin. And even though our pancreas are producing enough insulin, but the cellular level, we can't absorb it. So this tea is two functions. The first one is help our pancreas naturally producing more insulin because of this tartary buckwheat ingredients. We used tartary buckwheat in oriental medicine for diabetes thousand years, and because the emperors in ancient time, some of them do have this sugar issue, and they do have this diabetes issue. And then the other ingredients like cassia seed and jujube, they helps to cellular level to absorbing a little bit more insulin. It's not medicine, just fix quick time, but it's slowly, naturally promoting this. That's why it's working really well. People who have a pre-diabetic or diabetic people and absorbing their food, and because the cassia seed and Himalayan tartary buckwheat, we have been used this for our clients in Mongolia for 1,000 people. It helps them really well.
So it's really, it's not medicine. We always have to talk about the, we're not your doctor.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say that. But these teas is an alternative to drinking a soda, which goes the wrong way for your body. And this is whatever we put in our mouths, we make a choice of, is this good or not good for us? And so this would be a good drink that helps towards health versus like a soda, just gonna say. So, and it's like a supplement, right? So it's something that supplements whatever you're doing in your health for your wellness journey. So that's always a kind of a thing to talk about. But digestion is good. And I love the goji berries. I mean, that's something we hear about all the time, but how do we ever even ingest them? When was this last time you went to the store, Linda, and got goji berries?
Oh, I haven't. You know who we should ask about that is
Roger.
Robert from
Roger. I keep calling
Melissa's.
him Roger. He's going to
No.
get mad at me again. I keep calling him Roger from Melissa's
Sorry.
produce. But
Robert,
goji berries, we always hear about goji berries, but this is probably one of the easiest ways to ingest them is through the tea.
Yeah. And there is two types of goji berries. One is red goji berry, we are commonly known, and the other one is black goji berry. It's only available in Mongolia and China, two places right now. And so this one is a little bit potent than the red goji berry. And yeah, it's very interesting color. The people are recently being really fascinated by the butterfly PT, and black goji berry is very similar function with that one.
Well, this was interesting because the goji berry tea is where Diva Linda here got into dark chocolate and dipped fruits with this one.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate and goji berry tea. This is sounding good, Diva Linda. The other teas, you got into like a Greek thing going on. You're into Greek yogurt. I didn't even think about Greek yogurt.
Wow, it's interesting.
Being part of this. Yeah, this is interesting, but that is, I mean, because I wonder about it when you're talking, Kulan, about Mongolian tea being more salt and cream based. So in a way, Linda, I think you were going that direction. You may
did
not
it
be
this morning.
Mongolian, but you're getting there.
No, that's what I'm drinking today. And I had, let's see if I can get it in. Yeah. And that's what I'm drinking right now. The one that goes with the yogurt. I had a little bit of it with the yogurt this morning before I came on, and smooth, because this tea is smooth. So you're not shocking your palate. I'm going to say that again. That's why you can drink a lot of it. It's really good for hydration, especially if somebody like your doctor has said, 64 ounces a day. That's a lot. There's a lot to do. But if it's pleasant to do, you'll do it. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I love these. I love these teas. I think they're just really, really special. And you've told us so much more than what's in my article. So this is wonderful, wonderful information that you've given us today. Really have enjoyed hearing what you have to say and all the wonderful things that you're doing for us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you're a woman-owned business, right?
Yes,
thank you so much.
And you and your best friend do this together. I think that is amazing. I do have one final question for you, because you've got to think about the tea for people in Mongolia having it a different way. Is most of your market in the US, or are you making teas for Mongolia and America and hoping everyone balances it out and drinks it the way they want to? How is that happening?
Yeah, and right now, my main customers is in Mongolia, and we are right now because Mongolian we like drinking tea, especially hot tea, because cold stuff we not in cold weather we have to drink hot tea, and in US we are introducing new type of tea like caffeine free, and also our tea have a sugarcane tea bag which is non-plastic, and so we introducing this new type of tea because it's not just only a tea, it's a kind of medicine. So we drink tea for digestive support or prefer herbs tea in form rather than capsules. And yeah.
Okay, I understand. So I love that. So now we're learning how to drink like what you do in Mongolia, but in Mongolia they're going to put salt and cream in your tea or milk in your tea, right? And so the milk is not going to come from the same, like here we're doing cows. Like I grew up having goat's milk because I can't digest American cow milk very well.
Yeah, grass-fed milk.
See, so there's this difference. Very different. Yeah. This is fascinating to me. Now, will you do some Tuvan throat singing for us now? No.
Sorry.
I love the music that comes out of Mongolia. Thank you so much. Thank you for your teas. They are delicious. And like Linda said, it is just one of those pleasant ways to get good nutrition in your body and feel good and hydrate. And in winter, people don't tend to hydrate with the right things. So I love that we're talking about this in winter, because in summer, we're like, oh, we'll have water and we'll put ice cubes in the water, which isn't as good for our body as if we had normal room temperature water.
Yeah.
And tea is the way to go. So in winter, to hydrate with something warm that is actually really good for us is very balanced. So Diva, Linda's on it. Thank you. Thank you both for joining us. Everyone, Linda's article with her pairings is up on blendradiotv.com. It is listed and linked in the episode notes. And thank you so much. We've also got the link to Amu Nutrition, which is amu-nutrition.com. Thank you so much, Kulan, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Big Blend Radio with travel writer Linda Kazam. Keep up with Linda at allingoodtaste.info. You can read her articles in Big Blend magazines and keep up with us at bigblendradio.com.